Pixel Dan just uploaded a video about the murders.
Everyone, remain calm.
I'm getting really concerned about my friend Narc.
She's after you two and the board.
Apparently those and some other deaths around the state are a direct result of some friends messing around with an old witch board.
You're not gonna believe this. Wade just posted about it too.
Someone is just walking around Texas, just killing off toy collectors?
I've been looking up into every single thing you guys have been doing. Look.
Within the last 3 days, 20 people have been killed.
I don't know what to do. Other than, at this point, just pray.
No!
I thought you two had an actual plan.
If something came out of that board, it will probably kill you.
Good luck with that.
Okay, people, welcome back to another Fwoosh Weekly. As always, I'm Robo, and yeah, I was in a movie. Well, okay, I was in a teensy little itty-bitty part of a movie doing what I always do. So it wasn't really a stretch in the acting department, but hey, I'm just happy to help out. If you didn't know, Not Another Retro Channel, Narc, and Cincy Nerd, and a few other people, they got together and did a kind of scary type toy collector movie. And as soon as I heard toy collector, it was like, okay, yeah, I'm in. So if you're interested in taking a gander or just supporting the guys, there is a link to Indiegogo in the description. But like I said, toy collecting. And this week, the companies brought it. We had seen a lull for a couple of weeks, and then bam, here we go. I love it. Like NECA announcing an open pre-order period for some new NECA store exclusives. I think we had seen the Back to the Future accessory set before, at least a tease. I know I've seen that Einstein sculpt, but there's also other goodies. That's why they call it a pack. Plural, most of the time, unless, well, if you're using it as a noun, not a verb. If you're using it as a verb, that doesn't make any sense in this context. Anyway, along with Einstein, there's Doc Brown's brainwave scanner head, Doc's hazmat hood head, plutonium case, 2 different license plates, walkie-talkie, new interchangeable hands, assorted paper goods, and Marty's Back to the Future 2 shoes and shoe case. From what I understand, Nike is pretty expensive to license, so NECA worked a little magic, did their own thing, got creative with it. Pretty sneaky, sis. There's also a variant Defenders of the Earth Garrix up for pre-order that's an homage to the 1985 toy. Mostly a redeco of the mainline release, they've just removed the blast effects and the Fwoosh blue from the color scheme, all while adding the stylish Ming the Merciless decal to the abs. But I did say mostly. It took me a minute to realize that the head is an all-new sculpt. Side by side, same concept, just a bit chunkier, with less facets to the gem type design, and that causes some harder angles around the perimeter. That's why you come here, right? That in-depth coverage of geometric shapes when it comes to action figures. I'd like to see this body shrunk down for an Iceman too. Just saying, I thought I'd throw it out. It keeps popping in my head every time I see these pictures. Like I said, they're both up for pre-order on the NECA store right now. Link is in the description. Mezco up and decided to add a new subline under their 1/12 collective umbrella with Gangreene Estates. Not bad timing. It's the Halloween season. I mean, it's right on here. It's this weekend. So maybe you were looking for something scary and spooky. Theodore Sodcutter definitely fits that bill. In fact, it wouldn't look out of place with a Mezco 1/12 collective Scooby-Doo display. Please. To dream the impossible dream. It's a creepy gravedigger with 6 heads of varying degrees of monstrousness, lots of hands, 3 hats, tombstone, rope, shovel, pickaxe, bag, light-up lantern, and glow-in-the-dark severed head. Yeah, I read that. There was also a separate set of 13 glowy graveyard goblins, but that sold out super fast. It was gone. And why wouldn't they? Who doesn't want haunted cupcakes just terrorizing your displays? Mushrooms? Acorns. They're acorns, right? Sodcutter is available last I looked, despite being a Mezco exclusive, which probably means that they're going to pull it down here in the next couple days. $120, ships 4 to 6 weeks. Lots of new sculpting, nice cloth goods, light-up feature, glow-in-the-dark plastic, 4 to 6 weeks. And yet the '89 Batman I paid for about almost 3 years ago, that keeps getting pushed back. Factory problems? I don't know. licensing issues. Issues with licensed product in general, because G.I. Joe's starting to get pushed back. Marvel's Morbius is getting up there. And then the Crow is floating around in space. I don't know where that is. And that's one of my most anticipated figures. Teased and then kinda leaked last week, here is Super 7's Star Trek The Next Generation Ultimates Wave 1. Ultimates, you say? Ultimate! I'm going on vacation next week. I don't have to read the comments of "That's getting pretty old, asshole." We saw a headshot of Locutus at the time, but here's the full body, and it looks pretty good. Light on the accessories though, just a couple of extra heads in various states of Borgdom, and then a couple of extra hands. Maybe it's because of how intricate the body is? A lot of sculpt going on. Data and Riker sharing the same body may explain their embarrassment of riches when it comes to accessories. They come with several options. Riker gets 2 heads, one with a cocky smirk, several sets of hands, a Picard Day doll, trombone with its own accessory, card deck, ace card, and a phaser. And then Data complements that poker scene with a visor head, a card holding hand, and then poker chips. On top of that, there's another head with a plug cable attached, Spot the Cat, violin, tricorder, and phaser. But then Guinan kind of throws my theory off by having a completely new sculpted body along with quite a few accessories. Although most of the extras are cups with various liquids, there's the tray to carry them around, a pyramid game, a rifle, and then a tell me your troubles bartender type head. I know, the budget's probably spread across the whole wave. I'm just making small talk. That's what I do. $55 a piece, due out in the future. The sun's setting on October. You know what that means. It's time for your monthly Medicom MAFEX fix. Curveball this time around though, there's 3 offerings. The one that grabbed my attention right off the bat is Marvel's Webman. Yeah, you heard that right. Marvel's Webman. A high-end import Marvel's Webman. I didn't even know this character existed before the recent Marvel Legends figure, but here we are. This is not actually one of the general releases for the month. It's a simple redeco of the MAFEX Spider-Man. From a company standpoint, that's, yeah, we got the body. Let's just throw some different paint on it. But it seems Medicom looked at it and went, well, this may not be the hottest selling item ever. Let's make it exclusive to our own stores and then MCT Tokyo. But you know what that does? It makes me want it. Not enough to make me hunt it down and buy it, but slightly more than if it had been a general release. I can't easily have it. Therefore, I am tempted. So dumb. For the general October slot, though, there's LeBron James from Space Jam: A New Legacy. I'm not into sports, I haven't seen the movie, but this does look pretty good. It's really just the first figure in new cloth goods, and then some different alternate heads, but this seems to be the trend with Medicom lately. Almost like they're behind their own release schedule, and they're doing, like, redecos, or easier figures to produce in order to try to catch up. Because they're also offering up RoboCop 2 Murphy Head Edition. I'm guessing a lot of this sculpt is reused from their previous RoboCops, just with a lot more Murphy flavor to it. Or maybe that was a licensing issue that they got past. Or maybe it's just marketing. Hey, we'll save the Murphy parts for later releases, get more mileage out of our molds. Either way, I love the blue and purple tint on these damn things. On top of the silver, ooh. The description makes you think they're swap out parts to give you this super battle damage version of RoboCop on a pike, but the more I look at the pictures, the more I think it's just a completely separate figure. The head has the eyes rolling back, the torso and arms have heavy sculpted damage, there's the cables hanging down. The only piece that I can see being shared between the 2 options are the upper abs. The more I ponder, the more I think, surely not. But then I think back to the Bandai SH Figure Arts Emperor Palpatine, who would be 2 separate figures displayable if only there were an extra hood. You had to take the hood from one, put it on the other. So it's not beyond the realm of possibility, but come on, Medicom, don't do us dirty. Guess we'll just have to wait and see. Or it probably says it somewhere and I completely missed it. That's possible too. I haven't seen the solicitation page for the Reverse Spidey, but LeBron and Murphy are both $75 a piece, due out in about a year. Hopefully. Oh, what was that? Yeah. I hear you. Man, it would be nice to have a cane to display next to whatever the hell's going on with that MAFEX RoboCop, huh? Dry your eyes. Uncle Robo's got you covered. I'm not sure if the Good Smile Modoroid RoboCop cane was actually solicited this week, but I just happened to run across it when I was looking for something else on Hobby League in Japan, and I thought, well, Isn't that convenient? It's listed at 22 centimeters, which is just barely over 8.5 inches to us metrically challenged. So it should look good with your 1/12 scale RoboCops. In fact, here it is next to Good Smile's own Hagain RoboCop, which is around 17 centimeters or 6.6 inches. It's got the extra arms fully articulated, and then you can display the screen in front of his face, and there's 3 different stickers for that. But it is a model kit. That may be a deal breaker for some, but for me, I love seeing the innards, the workings, getting it all together, going, I did that. Holy moly. That's cool. Positive side, there's not a lot of colors going on here, so paint work should be a minimum. Maybe some washing, some dirtiness. And what color is there is mostly decals or decals, wherever you are in the world. Also, for something this awkwardly proportioned, the lighter weight is a blessing in disguise. There's less stability issues. Kind of like the Bandai Star Wars General Grievous model kit, where I've never had a problem of it tumbling. Unless I'm reaching into the display and I snag one of the lightsabers, then it's like, son of a bitch! That's on me though, not the kit. Also on the plus side, it brings down the price on something this big since you're putting in most of the elbow grease. About $70 should drop in March. Jada Toys, Street Fighter, Wave 1. I know, we saw this back at San Diego Comic-Con, but I welcome any and all new promo pictures, even if it's just one. It keeps it in the public eye, keeps that scratch going in your brain pan, keeps you asking that question, when? When will we see pre-orders for this? Please, put solicitations before your loyal, humble collectors. Please! I'm thinking soon though. Yes. Soon. Lingering within that martial arts realm, Hasbro put up pre-orders for their Power Rangers Lightning Collection crossover with Cobra Kai. I didn't know this was a thing. I don't know Power Rangers. I haven't seen any Karate Kid content since the original movies, so...
Seriously? Boo! Boo this man! There's no way that he has not seen some kind of...
As an outsider looking in, this is just easy reuse of the Ninjetti figures, but if it's appropriate and it works, why not? I mean, it's just some fun. I gotta say though, whoever posed these got a wheel or two turning in my memory, and I don't just mean the crane stance. These are signature LaRusso. But y'all know where my eyes are wandering, right? This skeleputty, or whatever they're calling it. You put a skeleton design on any figure, and... Hey, how's it going? Yeah, you know. Stop it. $28 a pop, scheduled for April 2023. But then the Hasbro 1027 event happened last night, and they showed a couple more Power Rangers. The In-Space Silver Ranger has a spiffy-looking retro-type bike, and I'm trying not to look at it too close because I could probably find another use for that. But I'm looking away. What's over here? What's going on? But I fell right into the Turbo Blue Centurion trap. Look at this thing. It's weird, it's wild, it's wacky. It's got the police motif going way over the top. Lights on the shoulders, traffic lights in various places, on various things. Do I need a robot space cop hanging out in my Mos Eisley cantina? I'm thinking yes. Go straight to jail. Have a nice day. Both are $34, scheduled for March. Sticking with the Hasbro 1027 event, there was also some Star Wars Black Series reveals. First, there was the Mandalorian Morak Din Djarin, and we knew this was coming. I mean, this is how they released Mayfield first, so they're a pair. It only makes sense. Plus, it's some easy reuse, but come on. Come on. This would have been a perfect opportunity to fix the red bicep. Migs doesn't have that red bicep. The figure does. They could have released Din Djarin without it, and I could have just swapped the heads. Boom. Screen accurate. But no. Had to lean even harder into it with the third reuse of this base body with that same detail. The head sculpt does look way nicer than previous attempts though, so there is that. Then they showed Jedi Survivor Cal Kestis, and when that name came across my screen, I thought, well, there's the third reuse of that body too, but no, it's an all new sculpt. Plus it makes sense because there's an upcoming game. They had announced some troopers at San Diego, I think, but then here's this, you gotta have the main hero. I may not be into the game, but I like this body. One, it's unique, which you know means customs, and two, it's a new body. Whenever we can get new bodies, I'm good with that. Finally, Deluxe Boba Fett on the Return of the Jedi 40th Anniversary Retro card. Okay, there's a precedent for this. With A New Hope, with Empire, they took figures we already had, put them on the new card backs. A little nostalgia tug there. That makes sense. So at a base level, there's nothing wrong here, but damn it. Damn! Already paying the deluxe price for the original release. Now, because it comes with all those same accessories, all those paint hits all over it, they're still charging the deluxe price on this card back. I don't know, for some reason it's just hitting me sideways. I can see why they didn't strip it down and offer it at the same price as the rest of these card backs, because that would have been like, what? No. It just seems that lately it's all bread, no butter. And bread's okay, but it sure gets plain after a while. As is, the Boba Fett text puts this at $34. The other two are $25. Set for next year sometime. G.I.Joe segment of the event was short and sweet, but that doesn't mean there's nothing to talk about. Did I say that right? Oh, so many negatives. There is something to talk about. First, they put their exclusive Serpentor and Dr. Mindbender back up for pre-order, because the first time around, they sold out super fast. This time around, they sold out semi-fast. They're already gone again. It's crazy as a collector that we've gotten so used to, well, it was up for 5-6 hours. Plenty of time. No, but at least there was another chance. Also, if you back the HasLab His Tank, you can now vote on the color scheme for the Tactician. You can vote once a day, and remember, vote Bravo, because it's the best out of all these. I'm just saying. I'm not trying to sway your vote or anything. It's just the best. What? What? You can vote for whatever you want. I'm just saying. You're wrong. No, seriously, I'm not going to be mad at any color scheme we get here, even purple. But me personally, I like the team aspect. It matches the colors of the other figures that come with the His Tank. It just makes the most sense, doesn't it? The big news, though, another name-only reveal, and it's exciting. Woo! We are getting Chuckles in Classified. Lots of Arkansas love in the past few months from Hasbro. It's kind of crazy. It's interesting how they presented the announcement, saying that they found some old O-ring 2-ups, and out of the group they found, they decided to put those 5 in the display. Then they directed directly to Chuckles. This is not the preliminary sculpt for the Classified. This is definitely the vintage figure. I gotta think that Naugahyde with his awesome animal, and Jinx, and Variant Slaughter, and Storm Shadow version 2 are on the table. But that's not really any stretch of the imagination. This line has shown that most characters are on the table. I'm just thinking that this may mean these are sooner rather than later. Or maybe that's just wishful thinking. I'll take later too, don't get me wrong, but yeah. Gimme. Then let's finish it off with Marvel Legends. The boys started their segment of Hasbro 1027 by announcing a new tier for the Engine of Vengeance HasLab. Damon Hellstrom, or as I see it in my head, Damien Hellstorm. I don't know why. It's just like, hey, it's it's Damon, stop. But yeah, a more modern look for a modern offering. That's what this whole set is, modern looks. It didn't seem to tip the scales too much though, unfortunately, and time's running low. So we'll see how these last days treat it. I'm more excited for Safari Wonder Man though. It's not my favorite Wonder Man look. It's not the top of the list, but it's up there. It's right about here. So I'll definitely take this. It's not your typical superhero costume, which I know the reasoning, but yeah, it looks good in plastic form. The zipper's kind of weird though. It's zipped above the belt, but split down here. Simon, you gotta watch that strength. You broke your zipper, bud. A button situation probably would have been a little better. But speaking of overall appearance, I've seen chatter complaining about the baggy pants. Go to those reference pictures. A lot of time he is in tighter leggings. Almost like the jacket is over the costume, which I think, was that a thing? Anyway, there are other pictures where there is a slight bagginess to it. But this makes me hope that we see a certain vampire hunter in his first appearance look. It kind of fits. Next up was Yelena Belova Black Widow, which makes sense. She's making her mark in the movies. Need a comic version too. I don't have a lot to say about this. I had a vague awareness of this look before seeing the figure, and I like the mask thing. It's spidery, but it doesn't do much for me. And it's not because of the single elbows, the pinned knees. I've said many a time, that's not deal breaker for me. It's more of a modern versus classic situation. Like, on the other hand, I am super intrigued by Baron Strucker. The greens just pop. It's gonna stand out in a display. Hey, where's your Strucker? Right there. I want to say this is the Spider UK body, but they've modified the elbows and knees to be the almighty pinless. Again, I can take it or leave it, but it did pop up on the Fwoosh cast last night that the digital renders do have pins. The figure they had in hand don't have pins. And Dwight made sure to point out that it was pinless, so I am 99.9% sure that's what we're getting in final form. People get angry when the packaging picture and the actual figure don't match, mostly because what we've seen is pinless on the picture, pins on the figure. Now that that's reversed, working in their favor, are we gonna see a lot of positivity on the social medias? Come on. Let's give them a hand. Yeah. I double dog dare you to do it. Doing a U-turn though, I hate to point it out, but what's going on with the right eye? Why is it so much lower than the left? I don't remember that from the comics. Is that referencing something that I don't know about? Is it some kind of weirdness with the inset monocle? Is it on purpose? Because, finally teased back at a previous show. I can't even remember all the shows we've seen and everything. But here is the Spider-Man animated series Carnage vs. Symbiote Spidey. I just love a good black and white costume. The symbiote suit. And it's no different here, even with the added blue cell shading. I don't hate cell shading. I've seen a lot of people comment that on the video where I removed more cell shading. It just doesn't fit the rest of my collection. I don't despise it. It's just not for me. We've gotten a symbiote or two here in the past few years, but this one ups the ante with posable toes. So there you go. If that's your thing, wow. Carnage is on a skinnier body that I think totally works for the character, but I don't care for the simpler design to the red and black. I like my Carnage just completely covered. But damn it, if that photoreal Cletus Cassidy unmasked head isn't super tempting. This is the only pre-order that went up this week. It's a shared Disney and Pulse exclusive. $53 scheduled for May. And that is all for this week, except London Comic-Con's, or MCM London's going on right now. So there may be more stuff before this even airs. So if there is, we'll swing back around next week, talk about it then. If you're interested in seeing any of these pictures up close without me all, bravo! Now it's stuck in your head. Vote. I'll be posting all of that along with links to pre-orders, more information on the Fwoosh front page Saturday at noon. But if you're impatient, links are in the description. Well, I say we'll swing back around next week. I am going on vacation. I'm getting the hell out of town with family. I'm gonna leave my phone in the hotel room and just live in the moment for a week. I'm gonna turn my toy brain off for just a little bit. I've got one video done. I hope to work on another one before I leave, get those scheduled. And if everything goes to plan, I should be back sometime Friday. And if I am, I'm going to try to get a weekly together, get it up on Saturday as normal. But if this trip is anything like the last few trips I've done this year, well, all the trips I've done this year, the return home flights, they're always screwballed. I'm only thinking about getting there. Fun and sun. And then I'll worry about that on the backside. But if not, I'll figure something out. Or hey, toy companies, how about you take next week off? Tell them Robo said, I can't come in today. Shit, I wouldn't know what to do if there was no toy news in a week. That's never happened. It's gotten lean a couple times, but never nothing. But we'll see. We'll see what happens. If you enjoyed this weekly, comment, like, subscribe. Much love to the plus if you're interested in seeing videos early or in a position to help out the channel. Patreon.com. But wherever you may be watching this, I'll always catch you on the Fwoosh. Hello? Oh, hey, what's going on? No, yeah, it worked out great. Well, I had to, but Thursday, I work on Friday. Y'all doing your stuff on Thursday works way better. Yeah. No. Who do you think you're talking to?
Oh, yeah.
Hello? Hello?